What's going on, guys? Dropaduski here. Today is the day. Path of Exile just announced their new expansion, which is called Blight, as we're at the tail end of Legion. They have given us the information on the new league, or at least the initial information, and we'll be getting much more over the next couple of weeks. So I thought I'd throw a video up where we kind of watch the trailer together, go through all the stuff that's been officially talked about so far, and give off some first impressions and kind of talk about what we've seen. So without further ado, let's jump in and check this out.
The Blight,
we'll screen it.
A creeping black fungus that feeds on the will of its hosts. Pulsating with toxic blood, too dangerous.
What is the lore in PoE?
Too dangerous to ignore. We must drain the ichor of this dark infection. Its mindless husks will protect its core. So I build weapons. Towers which conjure
towers, boys.
The
oh my goodness.
Move the earth.
Tower defense PoE.
Even so, I need your might. And to the mighty go
compared to Legion, though? Might be really slow. I don't know.
The source of this blight is out there. Its black tendrils reaching for us.
Ooh, that type map looks...
We will seek it out.
That looks good, though. Some of the visuals look nice.
The Blight is here, and we are the cure.
Wow. Okay. So before the developer commentary, let's talk about what we've seen so far. Now, tower defense, coming off the heels of Legion, where you're clicking a monolith and just shotgunning and slaying the shit out of everything really, really fast. You know, depending on how they implement this, it could feel a lot slower. And I don't know, some people really want that. I really like fast gameplay. So it's either going to be phenomenal or resident sleeper, dude. I mean, I really think that the middle ground there is few and far between. So let's hear what Chris has to say.
In the Blight League, Sister Cassia is trying to stop the spread of the mind-controlling Blight by destroying fungal growths. When
it looks
attacked,
clean,
the Blight commands
right?
infected
Always,
monsters
though.
to defend it. The monsters mindlessly follow the Blight's tendrils, only attacking foes directly in their path. The infected are unusually tough, so you'll need to build defensive towers to exploit each monster's specific weaknesses. For each tendril lane you defend, a chest will appear with
I don't know,
rewards.
it just looks...
These rewards can include oils, which Sister Cassia can combine together to enchant certain items.
That looks really nice. Really cool.
Blighted maps contain larger pockets of infection. Cleanse these for rewards, including unique items which can be enchanted with notable passive skills. In Path of Exile Blight, we also have a focus on giving you more control over when you run side content. Master missions now stack for later if you don't run them immediately.
I love this. That is like the coolest shit I've seen thus far. The quality of life is amazing.
Assassin and Necromancer
Sab,
classes,
I love mines.
as well as an additional bar of skill bindings. Check out Path of Exile Blight on September 6th.
All right. You know, first impression after all of that said and done, I think it's definitely got potential. I mean, if we know anything from GGG, I mean, this is going to be my 6th league now, and maybe outside of Synthesis, yeah, I've liked every single one of them. Synthesis I still played all of, so it wasn't bad. You know, they have a really unique game in a sense that, like, with god tier quality of life changes, which is what we've seen thus far, even if the league mechanic isn't great, the quality of life changes alone are going to make it like much better and smoother to play for a couple of months with new skills and reworked ascendancies and all that stuff. So without talking about the tower defense, which I don't know about you guys, but like I would say maybe some Plants vs. Zombies, or, you know, like I don't play a lot of this stuff. I never did. It wasn't my kind of thing. I loved the Legion stuff. This, I don't know what. I'm hopeful, right? I'm hopeful. So let's cruise through this. Blight, spreading Blight. I think this is one of the major concerns I saw in the video itself. Now, maybe none of these actual screens. So here, like for instance, look at look at these tight corners where the Blight's going to be going through. There are definitely going to be some maps like the library here. Looks like it could be a pain. There's going to be some others where there's a lot of, tight rooms and whatnot. I really wonder how that's going to feel. Are we once again just going to be looking for like, well, I want to do Blight on a really giant map that's really wide open that might be outside and looks like it's covered in ice because everything's really nice and fucking glaciers, So I hope that that's not the case. And there's, we take that into account as like map tier is going to be really, really important, as it seems it will, because you're going to want higher level items. But who knows? I mean, if it's slow paced, maybe once again we'll be in low tier mapping, right? I think I will put a link in the description, but I did watch Ziggy's review, as if you guys don't know, Ziggy D gets to test the content and see it as he's out there and he's been in the community forever. They did confirm that there will be no end boss for this league, right? We're not going to get like a big baddie boss fight. It's more like within the Atlas as far as I understand it. So that for me is kind of a red flag. I love Uber Elder. If any of you guys have seen the stream, I love the boss fighting in this game. So it's got to have a really, really good pull to not have any boss. Let's take a look at this. Build your defenses. Another quick thought here is, as you guys saw in these, when we're talking specifically of the towers, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Are you going to be setting them up as you go, or are you going to set them up before you go? That could be like a long drawn out process before a big engagement, but it looked to me like they were clicking and actively modifying, which is a lot to track in your brain. So it may be one of those things where you're that's what makes it so fun. It feels fast, even though it looks slower than Legion, because you're maintaining so many things. But if we take a look at these items, like your fireball towers fire an additional projectile, we've got modifiers on the items that modify the towers for the league mechanic. That sounds really neat. Let's see. Endgame is not safe. The effects of blighted area, blighted maps. So like this one is really interesting. Areas infested by fungal growths. Natural inhabitants of this area have been removed. So the way that reads to me is the map is empty except for this giant blight, right? That could be really neat, right? This really long, drawn out thing, but I'm not 100% on that yet, but that sounds to be the case for those. That looks really cool. This is probably one of the coolest things I've seen thus far. So if you're going to get the opportunity, allocate Golem's blood. So the way that this is going to work is, keystones on the tree itself can be now added to items, and you can remove them and manipulate. So you can change them. They're not dialed in. It's not like, oh, you've changed this Zoth blood to have Golem's blood. Now it's stuck forever. You can remove that. That's so badass. And it's also going to show you what they do before you anoint. So you can literally switch out the different ones that you have and then find what you're looking for and then click anoint rather than wasting materials. That's such a huge quality of life when it comes to this kind of crafting. No more just random spamming. You're just gonna be looking for the ones that you need, and once you figure out that step, you're good to go, right? Anointable uniques, 4 unique items exclusive to Blight League from form an armor set that can also be anointed with notable passives, right? So allocates heart and soul, evasion, energy shield, 66% increased cooldown recovery. These are amazing, right? This is going to be super cool. I love anything like this is build changing, right? You're getting keystones that maybe you could never map to. That is so badass. Manage your master missions, one of the best changes I've seen, right? The flow of the game has been strange, and it seems to me like it's always, God forbid your Nico spawns on the wrong map tier, it's super low because you wanted to test something or whatever. It's just, I love the idea or concept of saving them up and using them later when you feel like it, right? That's an amazing idea and change. Let's see. Necromancer. I've been playing Spectres for a big portion of this league. It's actually been one of my favorite builds, the Slave Driver Spectres. The thought of Necromancers and getting new ways to manage your pets, it's so badass, right? Pets they were literally the first thing I played in this game, right? I loved the Necromancer, not only from this, but from D3, or D2, excuse me, and it's just so nice to see that they're touching on this right now. Let's see, actually take a look at some of these. We've got a new Golem, right? This new Golem is called, let's see, the Carrion Golem, a dangerous new Golem minion that buffs and is buffed by your non-golem minions, right? Look at that. That looks sick. I mean, it does look sick. And then look at how big it is, dude. That's crazy. That's badass. I don't really get the buffs, buffs and is buffed, but I'm sure they're going to go dive into that heavily. Let's see, the poison. I love poison stuff all the way to when I was pushing D3, Jade Witch Doctors and whatnot. So this is amazing. Plus, we've got a couple new skills here. Let's take a look at this. Withering Step. Use this as a movement skill alongside other skills. Instantly withers enemies around you, which is super bad. Look at that. That looks clean. I saw that pop in the video and I was like, ooh, those peepers, man. That looks badass. Let's see what do we got here. Cobra Lash. Cobra Lash throws out a weapon projectile that chains multiple times between enemies. Sounds nice. And what do we got here? It's a nice clean image. I don't know. The new armor sets, which we'll see here in a second, look mean, dude. They look badass. Okay, the Mind Saboteur Sabs are one of my favorite. Like, it's funny because this is my league right here, right? My Saboteurs and Necromancers, love both of them. Now, if you noticed while we were watching the video, and I'm sure many of you guys are going to watch this over and over if you haven't seen it 50 times already, the way he was throwing those mines, it was so fast and clean, way better than what I've experienced thus far playing mine characters. Stormblast Mine. This mine makes nearby enemies vulnerable to damage with increasingly powerful shockwaves when multiple are detonated in a sequence. Looks dope. Summon Skitterbots. I saw him running. I kind of looked for it because I had heard about this. Summon Skitterbots. These skittering companions boost your trap and mine damage, occasionally activating mines and rearming and triggering multiple traps. This is super sick. It's like your Necro Sab, right? That sounds fucking amazing to me. There they are running right there with some of your mines going off in the background here. Very cool. Powerful new items. Now they're going to be adding a Legion Scarab. If you guys didn't see the development manifesto, I'll try and link that as well, so you can see what they're going to be doing with Legion. Legion will be available via Scarabs and also Xana quests, and there will be monoliths in the Delve and other areas, so there will be Legion. Then we've got some new items here. +3 to level of all physical spell skill gems, no elemental damage. What do we got here? Triad Grip Mesh Gloves. Minions convert 25% of physical, so you can convert all forms of damage types here, which is pretty nice. Let's see. Badge of the Brotherhood. Increased cooldown recovery with Frenzy. So a lot of Frenzy and charge management items. And then we've got a Faded unique item, which is pretty awesome. I think, what is it series? Faded? The Reflection? That's anything that's prophesied, right? And then the 100 Bone Helmet, Nook's Crown. So that's a sweet change. And then look at this, dude. Whoo, that looks fucking clean, right? God damn, both of those are sick, dude. I'm gonna have to empty out the wallet, dude. I love the MTX in this game, and they earn it every league. Even the league mechanics that I haven't thought were amazing, they've earned. So, guys, this is basically everything that we've got thus far. Like I said, Ziggy did a really nice video where he got to do a lot more than others have. He gets this opportunity every league. It's super cool because we get a little more insight into what we've seen. I will put that link in the description below. My overall thoughts on this is it's really up in the air. It's interesting that they put this out, this very unique mechanic. There's a lot of other games in competition going to be coming along right now. So we got like Classic WoW coming out. There's finally like an actually new gameplay developed in D3. Not that I think that's going to compete with this, but it's definitely something to give a rise. So they've got this coming out right now. I'm excited for it. I always am. We're gonna be giving it a shot and going ham, especially in the beginning of the league, to see how it goes. But honestly, I love the pacing of Legion. There are a couple things that I haven't heard that I really wanted them to rework that haven't. Like right now, there was no point for the last 3 months. There was no question, should I be farming low tier maps and just doing the entrance in the monolith, or should I go do Uber Elder, right? And when it comes to making currency, like boss mechanics and the way that bosses give loot just needs to be rethought, right? I would love to see something wild like, a crafting material that drops from Uber that can let you synthesize items. If they'd put the crafting machine back in, and that way, in order to get nice implicits. You need to do bosses, maybe, have certain tiers on Shaper and certain tiers on Uber, something that every single time, it may not be what you need, but you can put it aside and it's something that you could use to craft something very powerful later. And it's wrapped and tied with the bosses, because right now the bosses are one of the coolest things in Path of Exile. They're very challenging, and 19 times out of 20 it feels completely fucking worthless. So hopefully that's something they address in the future. Other than that, I like everything I've seen so far. I'm of course really excited to give it a try, and as we go forward, just to let you guys know, we're going to continue doing the series on beginners guides, even though I will be jumping around playing other games. We'll be playing some classic, we'll be playing a little D3 this weekend to take part in a charity event with another streamer, and then when September 8th comes along, we're going to jump on and play Blight. I'm super pumped. So keep your eyes out for that. I will do another channel update video that I'm planning on doing tomorrow to kind of talk about the next 2 weeks and what you can expect to see. I do want to start expanding out and doing some other video guides for other games as well. So I'm looking forward to doing that. Thank you guys so much for all the support. Don't forget, check me out on Twitch. It's twitch.tv/Dropaduski. We'll be streaming probably 6 days a week, 5-6 days a week, especially throughout the beginning of Classic WoW. I'm really excited to try that out. So guys, come check me out. We'll see you there. Good luck, and I cannot wait to see Blight and get more news from GGG. Peace.